and we are live. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. So don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. Do not forget that. We'll be right back with you, Howlers.
Broken. For real. House of a Bass. I'm Ronnie Adams.
And I'm Jacob Casas, and this episode is called The Batman Project. We have a special guest. This is his second time on the show, but with the new production team. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you guys a little bit about himself.
Hey guys, my name's Eddy Mills. I'm an entrepreneur. And Army veteran, came out and wanted to be a business guy, want to start a business. And I was actually, for a little while, a lot of people don't know this, but I lived in my Jeep. And so...
How old were you?
I came out 22, I think.
22.
It's a fucked up story to say, but I'm going to say it. I sent money home when I was in the Army. And I sent money home to have a bank account. And my parents blew it. They spent my money. So I thought, I'm going to come home and I'm going to have all this money. And I'm going to get this pad. I'm going to buy a new car, all that. So I ended up, it was spent.
So it was your money. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know you talked to your story about it. It was your money that you had made in the Army.
Yeah, and you sent home I think I sent home like $400 a month.
Just so you could stack it up so you could have
$4,800 a year. It adds up, right? So you think you're coming home to 12, 15K, whatever like that. My dad was a bit of a gambler. I got some money back, but it took a little while. So that was a little rough. It was a rough start coming out. It was a rough start coming out because you come out and you want to get a job and you want all these things.
You want a car.
You want a girlfriend.
Yes.
So I actually bought a motorcycle. I was stationed at Fort Irwin after I left Germany, and I had a little Suzuki Katana 600, and I would zip up that. I would just... I made it. I was driving motorcycles for a long time and driving that to base. And then I ended up meeting a girl. Her name was Rita. And I would literally leave and come back and, see her and then drive back. Oh, it was crazy. You're talking about like an hour and a half, 2 hours on a motorcycle. So, yeah, it was interesting. Mm-hmm. It was an interesting start.
So after staying in this, you said Jeep?
Yeah.
For a few months, a
year?
a
couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, just a couple weeks.
And what were you thinking? What was your plan as you were sleeping in this Jeep? What was going through your head? What was next for you? Do you remember what was next? Like, if you don't remember what was next, what did you do to get out of that situation?
Well, I thought the money would get me an apartment, so I didn't have the money, right? Mm-hmm. And I had the motorcycle, but you can't sleep in the motorcycle. So I bought a really cheap-ass Jeep with a little bit of money that they gave me. But my plan was to make money and hustle, do what it takes legally. Mm-hmm. I never liked the easy way out. And figure out how to make money and get back on my feet. And there's a lot of obstacles because at that time, my dad was in a different relationship. He had divorced with my mom. And so they had a house together, but they didn't want to allow anybody to live there. So there was really no support coming out.
Wow.
Yeah. But I made it work. I just hustled. I think one of the first jobs I had was painting red curb. The curb?
Yeah.
And I would get a roller, a skateboard, and work for this construction company and go out there and paint red curb. Mm. But I made pretty good money.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, don't you?
I saved my money, and next thing you know, I had my own place. I had an apartment. I shared it with another person, and I was on my way.
On your way, what was next?
Yeah, what was next? And always wanted the good things in life, you know, and I started getting a taste of that. I got a taste of that because I was in some unique situations. Next thing you know, I'm in New York, right?
From Cali.
From Cali. I'm in New York. This is embarrassing. I don't even tell this. But my young days, you know, I looked decent. I had a modeling contract. So I went to New York, and
I don't know if he's single, but he said modeling contract.
yeah, no, I mean, well, if you see my young pictures,
Yeah.
like I actually got a contract. I did some stuff for like a company called Bugle Boy.
Nice.
I did some stuff for Calvin Klein. So I was living out in New York and living that life for a while, and met a girl out there, and I would go to this place called the China Club. China Club is like the club of all clubs in New York and then L.A. And I remember days like standing in front of the club and kicking it with Robert Downey Jr. and then going to this club and all these celebrities are in there. I'm only bringing it up because that was
The beginning
kind of
of
like
your life.
a fuel. I was starting to live the good life, and I was nobody. I was only making, I mean, whatever the contract, I was making, there's like 5 of us in an apartment, you know? So you're working hard, you got these small modeling contracts, you're hustling, and you're going out with these beautiful women, and you're surrounded. You go to these clubs with these model girls because they can get in anywhere, and then you got the celebrities around, and you're like, yeah, I want this.
Yeah.
I want the role.
Yeah, yeah.
I want the good life, and I've always been wired like that, to want the good life, and so I did what it takes to get there, you know, and we'll talk a lot about that too.
Right. So,
Well, I kind of wanted to get into that too. So, I mean, maybe before we go forward, I'm sure people are going to be wanting to know, what does the Batman Project mean?
Yes.
For the name of the episode.
So I was on a panel at the Circle of Change. There's a leadership conference that I volunteer for, and I speak on entrepreneurship. And I don't know, it just popped in my head. You know, what do you have to do to be all around successful? I said, well, listen, if you're going to be Batman physically, you have to be Batman mentally. So a lot of people, they'll go to the gym and take care of their physicality, but they don't take care of their head, their brain, their mental game. Like you're down, you're out, you and your girlfriend break up, you lose your dog, whatever. Go to therapy. Get yourself right. Strengthen your mind.
fire.
If you don't know something, read a book. Read 5 fucking books. Do what it takes to make yourself complete. And that resonated well with everybody at that time. And that's kind of like a thing I'm on right now, the Batman Project. Because people call me and like, oh, I have this, I've got this going on. You know, are you in the gym? No. Get your ass in the gym. You know, are you taking care of your head? Are you doing things right? So I was fascinated because if you look at Batman, he seems to have it all. Right? He's got the Bat Cave, and he's in great shape. He can kick ass. He's got all the gadgets. And I think he has, for the most part, his head right. I think you have to be complete. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. We talked last week on men's mental health.
Oof.
And
Yeah, we had a good episode on that.
right, and when you say that, you know, a lot of people go to the gym for mental health, but I agree with with what you said. Get your head together first, even though you're going to release some stress and you're going to, you know, get away from, you know, all the outside noise, because that's a lot of times, a lot of reasons why we go to the gym is because to help our mental and get away from the outside noise and relieve stress. But when you said that, you know, getting your head focused and mentally ready even before you go to the gym is it's a lot more important, because go ahead. You was gonna say
No,
something?
it's just like we got to make sure it's not a temporary fix, a band-aid.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I got you.
You got
I
me.
can see it because going to the gym one day a week, that's not bad.
Right.
But it ain't great.
Right.
So if you're taking care of your head, your brain, your mind, your emotions, how you treat people, and your body,
Right.
and all of that, I think you become more of a complete person. We all make mistakes.
Right.
God knows I've done it.
Right, and we're gonna go through things for the rest of our life.
Right.
Whether it's personally with ourselves or other people.
Yeah.
And dealing with other people's issues and
Which we have to do every day.
every
right?
day.
And then I'm sure we're going to talk about relationships.
Yeah, eventually.
Why is it so hard nowadays for a guy
That's
to
so
have
simple.
a
I think
good
too.
relationship with a woman? Why? Because I'll tell you something. I've been a motherfucker. I've been out. He knows. I'm in Vegas. You got money. You got this. You got that. You do whatever you want. And, in relationships, you'll have insecurity on one end or the insecurity on this end, and somebody's cheating on somebody because they're insecure or whatever. In life, I think I talked about this last time, you should give everything 100%. If you're gonna fucking ice skate, and you want to enter an amateur ice skating competition, give it 100%. You're gonna train like, my gym, whatever, and you want to do an amateur fight or a pro fight, give it 100%. If you lose, you give it 100%. In relationships, how many times have you truly gave it 100%? And what I mean by that is 100%. You're not cheating. Cheating is also going on social media and flirting.
100%.
You're not doing any of that. You're giving this relationship 100%. You're being a righteous motherfucker, right?
Have
And
you done
you're
that
giving
before?
that, huh?
You feel like you've done that before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've done that. I haven't always done that. The problem I have now is sitting here is having done that and it doesn't work. You have a choice. You say to yourself, okay, I did this 100% thing. And I did this for 6 months and look where I'm at now. Do I go back being the old player? Do I just say fuck it, start dating a bunch of girls, do whatever I want? Or do I find another one and try it over and over again? See, I wish I had the answer.
Right.
It's not a win-win situation.
No. And relationship kind of affects your life overall. Even if you're not married, even if you're not even if you just have a girlfriend, it's going to affect your gym life. It's going to affect your job, your entrepreneurship.
Amen.
So
We just talked about this on the panel.
Yes.
And I had a bunch of guys at Circle of Change and women. One lady owns a purse company, and I'm sitting with really smart people. And I love it because I learn from them. I'm always learning.
Right.
Especially being like a sensei in martial arts.
Definitely.
I'm always learning. Somebody said, oh, you're a master? No, you never master anything. You should continue to learn. But the point they brought up, and I kind of sat there like, because when it came to me, they were like, Lonnie's got a great wife. And Lonnie's an amazing dude. And now he's an entrepreneur. He came from the business world. He's an entrepreneur. But his woman is rock solid. And they were bringing it up. And then another guy was like, and your woman is rock solid. And then they brought up the entrepreneur, the female entrepreneur that was on the panel. And she's in a good relationship. And it came to me. And I was like, I think I am. But, what do you really know?
that's good.
What do you really, really know? And then if you have to say that you think you are,
Right.
Then, yeah,
you're
yeah.
not.
You're not.
You're fooling yourself.
You know what happens? You know what happens in society, in the society of men. I'm going to speak for men in a whole, not in general. Just like, the people that I know or the people that I know that are good men. What happens is you have this society that says men ain't shit. You know what I mean? So they expect it. They're looking for a good man, but they expect men to fail or to not be a certain.
Why?
And I believe, this is just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I believe because a lot of men ain't shit. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of traditional traits. You know what I mean? And they think that women are only out for money. And this is what society is doing. No, women are not only for some. Men are supposed to be providers. So guess what they're going to look for? A provider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we have to stop saying women are gold diggers. Women are just looking for money. As a man, I'm supposed to identify that. why she loves me.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the same thing though. So like, my whole thing is with this situation is he's right on that part, but a lot of times too, these women are only looking like for the top % men that have that money. So a lot of these dudes that are just getting played all the time, and
I would too.
they're just getting played.
If I expect the women to come look for me as
Yeah.
this value. I don't expect her to look for this.
But a lot of those
Okay,
times,
so what does the money really do? Think about it.
not just money. You know, when I say this value, you
So
know,
value.
I'm
Even
mature.
status.
You know what I mean? I'm mature. You know what I mean? I like things in order. You know what I mean? I'm a leader. You know what I mean? I'm very respectful. You know, I respect people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know how to love.
And I see how you are outside of this, you know, and you are that guy.
Thank you.
But what do we get in return? Like
That's good. That's good.
the sex. Oh, the sex is great. I don't give a fuck about that right now. I've been there, done that. I'm older now. Playing in the second half. I want to have I want to cook dinner together. I love to cook. I want to cook. I want to talk. I want somebody that fills my cup, that likes the fact that I write or I'm creative or I do this. And, you know, I find myself, I had this conversation with my buddy Steve today, the one I was telling you about, the car guy. Him and his brothers own a dealership. But we're having a conversation. It's like, if I had to go on a computer and make the girl I want, she don't have to be a body of a 10. None of that. I just want a few things. I want honesty.
Good.
I want loyalty. I want to know you have my back like I have yours. Because you know if the shit hits the fan, real men, they got your back. I ain't running from a bunch of motherfuckers if the shit hits the fan. It's because of it's the way I am.
Right.
But, and this will be a segue into what I really wanted to talk about today, I'm finding it's very, very hard. First, you have to define what a real man is. But it's very hard to find, for me at least, that ride or die that I can relate to. You know what I mean?
That's good. Yes.
I think it's hard to find those women. Period. Out there. I'm not saying they're not
Why?
out there. It's just they're desensitized. They have so many options now. So I mean, this is an analogy that I'm going to make a point on this analogy, but I really believe the world is so desensitized. So imagine like even back in the day, and this is just going to go forward to what I have to say in a minute. Is back in the day, the Frankenstein movies. Remember those movies? Back in the day, they had to cover those people up that were dressed like that because a lot of the people that worked in the production would faint just by seeing them.
Right.
Okay? We used to be able to watch zombie movies and freak out when we watched them. We couldn't watch them. Now you can watch them on TV like it's
You're like,
nothing.
oh, fuck, what is
But
that?
that's how the whole world is. Look at Instagram. You have half-naked girls. You know how hard it was to get a picture of an ass
Right.
sent to your phone back in the day? Now you see them all day. So the world is so desensitized, number one.
And they live by the likes.
They live by it.
You know, they live by the likes. That's why I had a hard time coming and doing this, because I really want to help people and relate to people. Nietzsche, the philosopher, says, the higher you soar, the smaller you appear to those that cannot fly. So even when I'm driving the new whip or I got the top down, I'm kind of conscious, like, fuck, how are people viewing me? And then I think, well, it doesn't matter. I worked for this. But we do have to be humble. But when you look at this, look at me, look at my ass, look at this all over Instagram, I'm like, I could never have that be my girl.
Yes,
You're already
exactly.
flawed.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't
You're
do that
flawed.
anyway.
You need these likes. You need
You got to have boundaries.
And then who are the lames
yeah.
that are sitting around the keyboard like, oh baby, you're so beautiful, I like
Yeah.
you, like, and that.
But they don't want them either. They just want that attention.
But they want that like.
So this is what it is. Okay, so there's an Eddy Mills right here, and there's an Eddy Mills right here. Okay, you're the exact same person.
Yeah.
Okay, but this person has a little more status. This person, it's you, dude. He has a little more status, a little bit more followers. They're gonna go after the Eddy Mills that has that. That's how this world is right now.
And you don't think they should?
Yeah, but I know. But what I'm saying is, no. But no, this is.
I want the best.
I know, but this is the thing, though.
Yeah,
Check
but
this out.
what
I know, but check, hold on,
determines
wait.
the best?
But wait, check
Okay,
this out.
that's good.
Let's say you're in a deep relationship with her, and you guys love each other. but he has status and he don't give a fuck about her. He won't even give a like literally. I'm that guy right now with a lot of women. I don't give a fuck about them at all. I'm doing this shit on. I'm not doing it like in a sense on purpose, but I just literally don't care. So and they want me more. The more you don't give a fuck, the more they want you. I'm not doing it for that reason.
Which sucks.
It does. Because at the same time, though, like I don't even understand it. I'm like, dude, I literally diss you all the time. I tell you, don't call me. I block you, everything I can do, and they're still trying to get a hold of me. All it comes down to either you have more status or you don't fucking want them. And that's how they'll stay with you. Because you always, it feels like this generation, you got to keep the carrot in front of them in order for them to keep coming.
I'm a passport brother now.
That's right. That's right.
Those that know me, like, I've I'm out dating outside the country.
That's the best, actually.
It is, but it isn't. Because
disconnection.
there's vipers
a little bit.
over there, too,
Right.
and they're starting to become Americanized.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I've
this whole
seen
social
that,
media scene is creating a whole different breed.
It is.
And I feel, honestly, if you're a good man, a good, hardworking, honest man, and you got your shit together, you're doomed.
Yeah, I
You
know.
are doomed if you want a very... How many girls have you dated recently? Oh, wait, I got a question for
I have
you.
no idea.
That can fucking cook.
Oh,
Right.
I cook.
Right.
I cook.
Right.
I love to cook.
You going into where I was just about to
Okay,
say.
so
take
so
that.
when I was single for a while, I love to cook. So the whole thing would be come over, I make my like gourmet shrimp, tacos, habanero margaritas, whatever. How many girls do you think offer to help clean up?
none of their bitches.
All right? You want me to keep going? Where are we going? Oh, I got a locker at Lux. Let's go get a bottle out of there. It's the same old shit. What I worry about for some of my friends and some of the guys out there is that do you go home at night thinking, why does a girl like you? Like, is she using you? That's a fucked up feeling. So I don't feel like that.
Me neither.
I don't. I genuinely don't.
Don't.
So...
Yeah, because I don't give them shit to use.
Yeah, but my point is, I don't mind being the man. I'll open the car door. I don't mind buying drinks.
Yeah.
And I could be trustworthy, loyal, honest, all of that. But I almost know for a fact, you're not going to get the same in return, because anytime you're dealing with someone that's insecure, man or woman, they are going to do other things to make themselves feel good. And I think that's the start of where the relationships fail.
Right.
Right? If you're a woman that needs to be validated by likes on your social media, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And you hit it right on top of the head. And can I say something real quick? I'm gonna say something. He said women are now looking for validation. So that's where us men have the problem with this new society and dating and relationship, because social media and everything, you have a man, but you're still looking, if you get into an argument or you guys are not doing good, you going on to social media, even men too, to look for validation from somewhere else. But you women have to remember, what we're looking for is for you to turn our house into a home, a peaceful home. That's what we're looking for. That's where our expectations is when we get up into our older ages, and turn this heart into your home, meaning you treat this heart a different way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A special type of way. Not just take advantage because of the man that I am.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm going to do it. You know I'm going to pay the rent. You know I'm going to bring the food into the house. You know I'm going to pay these bills. You know I'm going to take you to dinner. You know I'm going to get you gifts. You see what I'm saying?
And I want to say something too. Like a lot of these women need to understand. Like, it's like when you say we or these guys, right? We can go out there and get chicks. It's not an issue.
Right.
I mean, we can go out there, smash, do whatever we want to do, but there comes to a point where, like, man, we don't want to just go out there and smash. We want to have a good relationship, when you start reach a certain age. But then when you see all these girls, like, you're like, man, it's like all these girls are whores. So you're just like, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Like, so you're like, okay, well, she's bad, but she's a whore. So I can't stick with this one. Keep going down the line. And it's like, dang, you just keep finding one after another.
And what is the argument when you have women on your show that they say about men? I mean, is there a valid argument that they say, well, guys are this? What is it?
A lot of the times, women are, they don't.
Mingy.
The main thing is girls don't want to be discriminated against for being half naked on Instagram. That's a big argument.
Oh, that's our biggest argument.
They're
Because
like,
wanna
why
show
does it matter?
They want to show all their bodies and be like, I'm your boyfriend and I'm okay with that.
Our body count. So they're like, why should body count even matter? I'm not worried about how many bodies you've been through. Why should it matter? Because a woman takes that with them. That never goes away. I tell these girls a lot, the big difference for men and women, right? So when a woman is ran through and they basically are giving their body out to people and they go through all this drama and all this toxic stuff, they take that with them for the rest of their lives in all the relationships. A lot of times,
mentally.
yes, men, they learn from their shit. Men, I'm talking about men. Yeah. They learn from their stuff and they get better and better and better. They're not going to take that toxic stuff that they had from the last relationship into the other one. They'll learn from it.
That's pretty good.
Well, then, I mean, I know we were
don't.
started to talk about one thing and we're talking about another, which is cool. And right now, like, I have some newly fresh stuff that happened in the last 24 hours in that vein. I'm still trying to figure out. So, I guess, when does a guy stop being? All right, we talked about the Batman project. So, you take good care of yourself, right? You go to the gym. You eat right. You're healthy. You don't abuse your body. If you want to indulge in alcohol, weed, or whatever, you do that, but you do it minimally, right? You don't overindulge in anything. So you keep your body right, and you work on your head, your mind game. If you're jealous, you got to fix that.
That's
if
good.
you're insecure, you got to fix that. You know, if you're dirty, take a shower. Mm-hmm. If you want to have some style, ask somebody. Mm-hmm. So let's say you can compete, you can become a complete guy. So you work out, you're honest, you're forthright, you're giving, you're generous, you're fun. You put it down in the bedroom. I love martial arts. I've been doing it forever, right? So you go in, you do that. I'm not saying you have to do that, but let's say you just become a really well-rounded person, mm-hmm. and you fix those things that you need to fix, and you're operating close to 100% as possible. What's next for you? And we could talk about the entrepreneurial aspect, mm-hmm. because that to me is easy. Mm-hmm. Like I said last time, first step of success is hard work ethic. I'll outwork everybody. I'm an alien. That's what I always say. But now when it comes to the relationship part, where do you take that guy that really, truly has his shit together and is really a good person and really, really all textbook-wise is good? Where does he go?
With a woman, and from the side
where's he going to meet a woman?
Right.
Because think about this. If we went fishing in Lake right now, what are we going to get? We're going to get this broke-ass little bluegill fish.
And women would never know.
No, but where are you going to go? Mm-hmm. Like, let's say, for instance, for the sake of this conversation, we all really are that guy. Mm-hmm. Where are we going tonight to meet some women? Yard house?
So certain places, right? Hey, if you want to take them home, you're talking about me?
I'm not talking about taking them home. I'm talking about.
He said there's no place.
Well, where are we going to meet a woman that you would take home to your mom that you potentially want to marry?
Not bars.
Right. Yeah. So where do you go?
I mean, gym could be a good one.
Oh, really?
No, because
have you been to the gym lately?
Yeah, but even then, yeah, it's almost anywhere you go.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Like you go to the gym. Him and I happen to work out at the same gym, and you see the girls with a little tiny booty shorts, her ass all hanging out. Do you think she needs attention?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, 100%. And then you see the fine girl with baggy sweats on, covered up. How many of those do you really see?
Not many. It's like two.
Two
or three.
Maybe in the whole Inland Empire.
Right.
So you see this,
In the whole Inland Empire.
right? And yet we're going in sweats and baggy, whatever.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, you see the same lames too at our gym,
Right.
with their selfie sticks and the cameras, and they look like shit,
Right.
But they're all doing their little thing, you know.
And we go just covered up.
It's
and
all,
we just go.
guys, it's all an illusion, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you are that guy and you have your stuff together, you know, my friends are like, "Oh, go to Orange County." I've been to Orange County. You know, you go to A's,
You've been all
or
over
you
the
go to
world.
Dre's, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I roll up, same old thing. You got the gold diggers, you got this, you got that. First question they ask, "What do you do for a living?" You
For
know.
sure.
So I think right away, I mean, for my friends that are really have their shit together and established and are good dudes, they ask me, where do I go?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not anyone that can give the answer. Where do you go?
Well, you know what's crazy is if you really think about it though, like we were the guys that looked for those kind of girls that were just hot though. We didn't give a shit what they had to do, you know. So we kind of are the guys that don't know that. We just know how to get laid. That's the kind of guys we were, right? So
Yeah.
So if you look at it like a lot. Okay, I've met. Okay, this is the problem too that I notice. I meet a few good girls, and it's really rare to
Okay.
meet a few good girls. One I met,
Thank you.
I'm not going to get too into it because she's probably watching, but I met one
I hope
girl on the way to Europe. She's a really good girl. Okay, she has her stuff together. She is a one man type of girl.
Okay.
Like she's deep into conversation. She's smart, all that stuff. And then, but a lot of the times too, is a lot of these people that are a certain age are damaged. And a lot of women.
Okay. So if you're damaged, fix it.
Yeah, women
Like you said
ain't gonna do
earlier.
it like
But
that.
and I would challenge you too. Like if you say like you're still going out just to get laid, I get it. You have a need or whatever, but at some point, you got to realize too that can only take you so far.
Right.
Yeah, no, I
And
understand.
and I know you deserve more. So when like the damage, if you're damaged, then fix the fucking damage. Get therapy, you know, or talk to someone. Read a book. Fix that damage. If your refrigerator's fucking damaged, you're not going to let it
You gonna
be
fix it.
damaged.
But a lot of women just won't fix it. They just want to just
well, that's what
talk about it
the
all
Batman
the
Project's
time.
about.
That's good.
If you're going to be Wonder Woman, you got to be Wonder Woman physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So, like, here's my thought. At the end of the day, the only person you're really accountable to is yourself.
Yourself.
Now, if you believe in God and a higher power, then you're accountable to God as well. If you know you gave it 100%, you can go to your deathbed and say, I gave it 100%. But you never, ever, ever want to be in that situation and say, fuck,
Damn.
I didn't give it 100%.
That's crazy right there. That's good.
Okay?
I love that
good.
because that's how I live my life. That's what I've been saying that for the last 15 years.
Can you
I don't
imagine
give a-
being in the military in a situation where you say to yourself and you're about to die, fuck,
Yeah.
I should have gave it 100%. I didn't check my gear. I didn't check my gun, my weapon system. If I did, and I did all the proper stuff and maintenance ahead of time, I would have realized my weapon's fucked up. And now I can't even use my weapon. I'm just,
Yeah,
general,
yeah. No, I
I'm about to
understand.
die. So if you give it 100%, you give it 100%, and it doesn't work, man. And I'm in a situation like that right now. I ain't saying what, but I'm in a situation where I know I gave it 100%, and if it doesn't work, it's gonna bother me.
I'm bothered trying to give it, not bothered, but I'm having a hard time trying to give everything that is in my life 100%.
Why?
Because I have a lot going on, and I have, I take care of my uncle. I have 3 businesses. I have gym life. I have a family. You know what I mean?
Right. So you feel extended
Yes.
and tired. But let me ask you a question. You take care of your uncle. Are you doing the best you can to take care of him?
I can't say only thing that I really give 100% right now in my life, to be honest, is probably making sure, like you said, fixing my mental.
Right.
So, and that's real for me.
Right.
That was everything, and everybody should listen to that. If it's broke, fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, if, and it starts with us. not all these other things around us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have all these things around us, and if we're not good here, I can't give everything else 100%.
No.
You know, and I'm trying, but it's like it's not working. I only have this much in a day. You know what I mean?
But see, the 100% truly isn't 100%. If you're trying and you're really
shit.
trying,
Good shit.
you can only do so much.
Yes,
You're not
but that is 100% if you're trying
right.
and you're doing what you can do.
All together at
Genuinely.
once.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I do in all my businesses. I also own escape rooms, right? And I create and write immersive entertainment. If I don't know something, I'm not out drinking at the bar. I'm home and Googling stuff. If I want to be a better writer, I'm taking a master class with Dan Brown with the master class. If I want to learn how to make a better salsa, I'm Googling it and I'm practicing. All these things take work. They're not easy. I don't have days off. I know for a while on my new project, I literally work like 90-something days straight on the weekends and everything.
And you still hit the gym every morning.
And so at the gym, and not only do I hit the gym, my dog is my raison d'etre in French, which means my reason for living. He's my everything.
One more time, say that again.
My raison d'etre, which means your reason for being. It's a French saying. My dog is my joy. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was averaging 4 hours a night of sleep. Alarm went off. Did I want to sleep more? Yeah. I got my dog looking at me. He wants to go to the dog park. My dog's going to the dog park. This is part of the discipline I'm talking about.
Let's talk about that discipline.
I'm giving my dog a fucking 100%. I love that little dog, and he loves me. I'm giving it 100%. Then I'm going to the gym. I'm giving it 100%. Then when I teach my MMA classes or kickboxing at night, I'm giving it 100%. I'm not sitting around just going through the motions. They're learning the real shit. When I travel to Thailand to go train, I'm giving it 100%. In my relationship, I'm giving it 100%. Right?
Yes, sir.
And the 100% really, if I had to define it, it means like you going to bed at night knowing you did everything you can that day to do your best. And you either care or you're fucking careless. So you ask yourself those two questions every morning. Do I care or am I careless? So that's my whole thing. Like, you know, the whole Batman project thing is just like becoming and always striving to be the best person you can be and keeping the best people around you. Good people around your circle, like the King Arthur thing. The round table was round because they were all equal. And then taking care of yourself, taking care of your friends, being genuine friend, genuine friend. But also recognizing I've got friends that just weigh me down with problems every day. And I'm there for them. But at some point I said, hey, listen, go to therapy, bro. Do some shit to take care of yourself because now this is becoming a problem. You're not trying to get better. And you're weighing everybody down with your bullshit. You need to make the effort to try to get better. Don't give me the shit like, oh, I'm too proud to go to therapy. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, I know guys that are straight killers. You know, military dudes, everything. It's okay not to be okay. If you need help, get it.
Right.
Get it.
Right. Before you kill somebody.
Or you kill yourself.
That's
And
crazy.
that's the thing right now that
just before you go, my ex-wife was lit at the funeral today for her cousin's husband that shot him, blew his brains out in front of his
it's an
daughters.
epidemic right now. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. Let me ask you, I don't know, I'll ask you this question. In the last 2 weeks, has there been ever a point you felt really down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. I felt really down, and I didn't know where it came from. So what do? You know, if you are a guy, which many men, I think, they feel like when you are in a high-level situation or you're looked at and you're supposed to be complete, can you really call someone and tell them your issues? Because then you look weak, right? So that's the first thing that men need to realize. You can be a badass
Right.
and have weak moments. That's
Right.
okay.
Right.
I like I have badass friends. They call me with some stuff that Other people might be like, oh, you know, this
Right.
dude's, no. Men, we have to support each other. We have to be good listeners. We have to tell a friend, hey man, you need some help. I'd work on this. My biggest problem with people in general is that they realize there's a problem, but they don't create a roadmap for their success. You're out of shape.
I like that.
They're always coming to me, oh, I'm out of shape, whatever. Okay. I don't have time for the gym. I got a lot of meetings. Put your fucking headphones on. Walk the trail. Talk to your meetings while you're walking on the phone. You got shit to do? Walk and do it. Get on. You know, there's always that excuse. And create a plan to get where you need to go. Little by little, man. Compartmentalize it. Don't worry about 6 weeks from now. Worry about tomorrow.
Good.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
If I think about 6 weeks from now, I'll go crazy.
It's a time and a
I
place
just
for
gotta
that,
make
but
it
not
through
right
till
now.
I
Right?
gotta make it till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Make it to the next day. You know.
Yeah.
So, the other thing that I was talking about, I wanted to bring up that was real important is I have a hard time identifying and being able to relate to certain people nowadays, because a lot of workforce and this all, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I want to be called this, I want to be called that, I'm late, I'm this, I'm that. It's tough nowadays, especially if you own businesses and hiring people.
Gosh, damn.
You got some great people, and you got some people that are just. But where I have a hard time identifying is like, all right, yeah, I went to the Army, but I also was training MMA in 97, 98, and going down to Ken Shamrock's gym and other gyms, getting the shit beat out of you. Going to Holland and training with the Dutch, getting the shit beat out of you. What does that do? All of this hard training, hard schooling, what it makes you a diamond.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been through this shit, if you haven't been there and you're just, you know, you're sitting at home and your mom's giving you Doritos and you're playing video games all day, I just can't relate to you, man. Especially when you're bitching and complaining. Now, if you're doing what you need to do and you're a good person, I get it. But there's a big gap between men and men.
Definitely.
Nowadays.
Definitely.
My God, you know,
Yes.
I got people telling me, oh, I don't want to walk to my car. There's some loud people over there, and they're playing loud music. It's like, I can't fucking put a screw in the wall. You cannot put a screw in the wall. You don't know how to hang a picture. You can't change a tire. Bruh. You know,
There's difference
I think everybody
between
should go in the military.
men and a man.
I know. So, I wish I had the answer for, you know, all I know is I can be the best me possible. And that's what I think the Batman Project is, being the best version of yourself possible.
Wow.
You know, if you don't know something, read a book. They say if you read a book a day, I mean a book a week, on the same subject for 2 years, so that's 52 books a year. It's 104 in 2 years. You'll be the world leading expert on that subject. So if you read a book on yellow canaries, a different book every week, yellow canaries, the next week yellow canaries, in 2 years you'll be one of the leading experts on that. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I read that somewhere. I don't
I like
know.
that.
I like it too.
I know.
love that.
I'm not. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, I love
actually.
that.
It is interesting because if you don't know something, learn it. But you have to want to learn it. You know? And how many times do we come around our friends or whatever and, you know, they're smoking dope, hanging out all day, playing video games, wondering like, with these dreams, oh man, you don't know, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna do this. No, you ain't.
Yeah, I know.
No, you ain't. Because it's the other quote I have, and I said it in New York on a panel. They said, I think I might have said this last show, like, what makes you successful? Did I talk about that? And one lady from Google, she's like, I have a vision board. Every day I look at the vision board and I get motivation. And then the next guy, what do? He goes, I do words of affirmation. I record myself saying, you are the best, whatever. And at this point, I'm about to throw up in my mouth because I'm listening to this and they're talking to 500 students out there. So it comes to me.
I love that he said that too. Right now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait a minute, where's this going? But I love that.
Right. So it comes to me and they say, well, what do you do to be motivated? I said, a lion doesn't look in the mirror and say, I wish I was a lion.
Right.
He already knows.
You already
I don't
know.
have to do fucking shit.
Yes.
I'm wired like that.
Yes.
So all these guys that go to like Anthony Robbins seminars, I've got friends that go, I went to Anthony Robbins, I paid $5,000,
Yeah.
I got these badges, I'm part of the group.
So
Motherfucker, you're still the same person you were 5 years ago.
Right.
You go to these seminars, you get pumped up for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you come back and you're at the same place you started.
Yeah.
It's a Band-Aid.
What's your motivation? Like, you know, we hearing all this passion, all this, you know, this light, you know, that you bring into dark places and confidence. You know, what's your motivation?
I mean, maybe it started when I was doing martial arts, when I was little, watching Bruce Lee. It's always to be the best at whatever I do possible. Be the best friend I can be for you. Be the best boyfriend I can be for the girl. To be, if I'm going to cook a dish, I want to do it right.
But you always do what you say you're gonna do. That's
Always.
that's the thing like, about Eddie. Like I've always, if I'm talking to him, he's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna start this up, or I'm gonna start doing this, or I'm gonna open up the school again. I'm gonna do this, and when Eddie says it, you know, oh, he's gonna do it. But you know, when a lot of people say that stuff, they're not doing it.
Thousands.
So when Eddie says it, it's not even a thought in my mind like, oh, he's not going to do it. Like, oh, it's going to be done soon. That's what you're thinking, and it's going to be done sooner than you think because that's
Yeah.
kind of how Eddie is.
Right.
So there's certain people that you can get that kind of information from, and you're gonna be like, dude,
It's
like,
real.
you know, that's not gonna, you're not doing
Yeah,
that.
like even right now,
And then
I
it's
told
real.
you about a sports nutrition company. I got tired of like wanting to know what's really in the product. And back in the day when we were fighting in Japan and we're taking Mighty Mo over there and all that, I would take some supplements over there. Were pretty amazing, some protein and creatine. So a good friend of mine, his name's Alex Rogers. He owns a company called Protein Factory. He's on TikTok, all that. He's a guru of protein. He has the best supplements. He used to sponsor us. So I've known him for now 20 years. The thing about this dude is he's ethical. And he really gets when you're taking his stuff, it's real. Now, real quick, everything in the marketplace is geared towards a price point. So most people are going to spend 30, 35, 40 bucks for protein. So they'll make that price point, they'll put the ingredients in. A real good protein, like a whey isolate, hydrolyzed, pre-digested with lysine and all, you're not going to get that for less than 40 or 50 bucks. Are we running out of
No, I
time?
think we're good.
Oh,
You guys are at 48.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we're
We
good.
gotta get-
do we still have those drinks?
Is he here with the drinks? Maybe we can bring him in.
Yeah, so my point is, and I'm saying this, is that I had bought a protein brand in the market before and sold the company. I'm back.
You guys want one?
No, I'm good.
I'll take
I'm
one. Yeah. So now I'm starting a supplement company again because I want to have the best product possible and I want to deliver the best product possible. So we're doing like creatine gummies, a clear protein that's really nice. And,
Creatine gummies.
creatine
That's
gummies.
cool.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of
And
that.
check it out. We have, awesome, thank you. And we have, thank you, my friend. Oh, let me try one of these tasty drinks.
Can we keep it facing towards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
so I
Just so
wanted
the
to do
label
it.
Not showing.
Yeah. So I wanted to do it because,
You can put it on the table. I'm sorry.
oh, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do it because I wanted to have the best stuff possible. And I want to show people that you can start a brand and make it.
Yeah.
And we just started. And I've sampled like 5 different other companies, the manufacturers that make it. And we're trying different proteins, and we got a really crazy trail mix thing coming out. I can't talk about too much, but my point is that you hear this now. God willing, I stay healthy. I will make this a successful brand because in life, like you like tacos,
Yeah.
I love tacos. I always joke around and say I'm going to open a taco place, and they're like, "Well, you're not Mexican. It don't matter." I'll have the cleanest restrooms. I'll have the best looking establishment. I'll have the best customer service. I'll find who or whomever can make me the best tacos. ever, right? I'll cover all my bases. If you do that, how many taco shops do you go to right now? The bathrooms are fucking filthy.
Yeah.
Every one. How good is the customer service? No, that fucking. The
It's
guy
rare to
will
get
be on
good
there.
customer
They don't want
service,
to fucking work there.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
But if you go to a place where you got good customer service, a good product, a clean restroom, a nice looking establishment, how can you be beat?
Okay.
The recipe's there. Why do people fail? Because they don't care. Remember the care or careless? They don't give it 100 fucking %. That's what we talked about at the beginning. If you're not giving it 100%, your business is going to fail.
Yeah.
So let's start. You want? We'll start a taco shop next month, and it'll be successful if we give everything 100%. It has to be.
What kind of advice would you give people who been plotting for 6 months, a year, 3 months, 2 years, just, starting a business? And most people, we all know that they look for money first. Like, I don't have the money to start this business. So what kind of advice would you give people that right now?
It's a great question. I don't believe in partnerships, although I got in one, and it's a little shaky right now. We'll have to talk about that again, because I always say the only ship that doesn't sail is a partnership. You use your own money, you're going to live by the sword and die by the sword. You take somebody else's money, you get too relaxed. Oh, I got the money. It ain't really your money, it's someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
When you put up every fucking thing you have, every last penny in your pocket, you either have two things.
Yes.
You're either going to be
Sink or
successful
swim.
or you're going to fucking be broke.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I hustled. I started small. Hustle, grew. My first year in the escape room industry, 2015, I went into a whole brand from leaving the MMA world, having gyms and being a promoter and promoting fights and all that. As UFC started growing, promoting local fights was dying down. You weren't making the money. And I love writing. I love creating horror and all that shit. So I created Escape Room. My first year, we made $365,000.
Wow.
Did I make $365,000 because I just was like, oh, hey, fuck, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make... No. I worked my ass off. I worked until I had tears in the eyes. If I didn't know something, I researched it. If I wanted help with this, I got the help. You get it?
Yeah.
I did what it takes to get there. So when somebody tells me, "Oh, I need more money," all right. Like my friend told me the other day, "Oh, I want a car like yours." I said, "All right, brother. Get a job on Saturday and Sunday when you're off." "Oh, I don't work on Saturday and Sunday. I got church." Go to church at 6 a.m. After you're done with church, work. If you made $100 on Saturday and $100 on Sunday, it's $200. $800 a month, $9,600 a year to your bottom line. With $800 a month, you can pretty much drive whatever car you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can't drive my car, but you could drive a nice car.
Mm-hmm.
You could pay for your insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You could apply that to growing a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's work ethic, man.
Yeah.
You know?
He said, work until you got tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
That was fire. I caught that one.
Oh, I broke down 2 weeks ago, man.
And keep going.
I broke down and I was like, wow, I'm ready to sell it all, buy a little motorhome, and cruise the world. So I'm at the point now really where I'm going to semi-retire next year. And, does that mean, he's got millions? No. It means I'm going to put myself in a situation where I can work a month on, month off, and I can start enjoying life a little bit. Because there is a flip side to being an entrepreneur and working your ass off. There's a lot of time you don't have a social life.
Yeah.
A lot of times you're broken, you're beaten up, But if you keep pushing, you'll get there. And that's a secret for success for anyone. You look at Lewis Hamilton or these F1 drivers. Mm-hmm. Why are they the best?
And consistency.
Right.
Yeah, they're consistent because they're with the trainer every morning. They're doing what they need to do every day, So, like when you said, I've been, somebody 2 or 3 months, I've been plotting. You should have plotted for about 2 weeks and get started.
Nice.
I went on a date with a girl, for the record.
Because it might not never happen, huh?
A year ago or whatever. It's a really cool girl. And she's got a little company. And she was complaining that, oh, it's doing well, but I'm not really doing well. I said, so what are you doing Saturday and Sunday? Oh, we're going to Coachella. What are you doing the next weekend? Oh, we really love concerts, so we're going to see this country, whatever. And I started thinking, well, how much you really love your business?
Yeah.
Because you have all these excuses to go, oh, well, I need my time. That's where you're fucked up. Who in the hell told you you need your a day off? Where did you get that from? I need my time.
You're not
Yeah,
a true entrepreneur. You're just not a
Right.
true one.
And we need, I've been told,
Moments and to
you can have
regroup.
moments and
yeah,
but
I'm
not a
told
whole
I need
day.
personal care. I
Yeah.
get it.
Right.
But guess what? My personal care is going to come in 2 weeks when I'm flying to Phuket,
Yes.
Thailand. And I'm be on an
Yeah.
island
Yes.
at a beachfront hotel relaxing. You know, so that's the way I like my personal care.
Right.
Yeah,
Once you
I
get
love
there,
that.
once you get there, you can have that time. But there's a common denominator for all the successful people in the world, I think, except for the ones that was handed to them, and that's work ethic. So don't give me these excuses.
Right.
Yeah, and see, you know what's crazy too about that is people can be scrolling all day on social media, but they're not. But if they're not, the thing is, but they're not going to do nothing for their business for that time. So if I'm scrolling through social media, I'm doing my business stuff now. If I'm on social media now, that's all I do for social media now. Is I'm constantly promoting the businesses.
Yeah.
That's where I put my time to. So when I'm like this, okay, I'm with my kids and I have some time, I'm doing something for my businesses. Something. I don't even care what it is.
And we want to help people. I'm on this podcast not to gloat. I don't ever want to do that. And I don't talk about a lot of the successes. But I want to be able to help other people. And when I come back, I want to come up with like a plan to help other people.
That's a good idea.
I'm writing a book right now called Things Your Father Told You, You Wish You Listened, and Things Your Father Never Told You, You Wish You Learned. It's a rule book for men. Because we don't have the mentorship. My dad was cool. I saw him working his ass off. Every day he'd go to the bar, but he'd still get up and work his ass off. So that's where we became the entrepreneurship. Other things were lacking. Nobody took me to martial art lessons. I had to take a bus or walk 5 miles. No one took us to school. We got on the bus. So I wish I learned about credit, how important credit was early on. Nobody told me that.
Right.
No one told me that it wasn't okay to have a girlfriend and 7 other girlfriends.
Right.
You need that mentorship. And there's things, like I said, your dad told you, you didn't listen. And there's things your dad wasn't capable of telling you because he wasn't that person that you wish you knew. So I'm putting that together, and I want to do like this book that's like a daily checklist for men to just like, you know what I mean? Like if you shake someone's hand, something simple as this, don't do this. I'll call a dude out if he looks away.
when they go like this,
Or they give me this.
Yeah.
You shake. Hey,
Shake
how
their
you
hand,
doing?
yeah.
And you ask how somebody's doing. If you take that second to really ask, how are you doing? You do this all the time.
Yeah, he does. He's
And that's
really
one
good
of the
at that.
things that when I met you the first time, I was like, wow, this is a solid guy.
Thank you.
Because you make me feel like it's
He's
one thing
always
to go
been
to the
like that
gym.
too.
When I run into you and I run into D,
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like I'm going to see 2 of my buddies in the gym. They're genuine, and they're going to raise me up, And that's the whole iron sharpens iron thing. So, isn't that the 100% thing?
Yes, for sure.
I mean, indirectly it is, right?
Right.
You're shaking the hand and you're asking somebody how it is. So being the 100% is also being genuine.
Yeah.
You genuinely, I genuinely care how you're doing today.
And I don't feel
How
I
was
do
your
do it
kids?
to that extent. Like that right there is making me think, because even before, this is like when I first met Ronnie, when he comes up to you, it's like you're the only person there.
Right.
So when he comes and shakes your hand, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Right.
He's looking at you in the eyes and everything. You're like, "What's up, man? I'm good, man. Good." Like he's genuinely asking you.
And you don't do it that reason 100% why.
I just never was taught that.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
part of the rule book, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the mentorship? My father told me, which I loved, was always say you appreciate stuff. You appreciate it. So it was funny because I was talking I was talking to my girl on video chat, and the waitress came over and brought me something. I was like, "Thank you very much, I appreciate it." And she started joking, "Thank you very much, I appreciate it." You know, like being sassy.
Right.
But that's my genuineness. Like, I appreciate it.
For
and
sure.
and the other thing is, which is really important, since we're talking, we're gonna have sound bites and whatever, is that no one's below you, man, if they're working hard and giving it their effort. Like a waiter, waitress, whatever, busman, you're not above. I see these motherfuckers walking in like these fake motherfuckers, like they're hard or they got a lot of money. I know you. I know some of you, and you ain't got money. You live at your mom's house, but you fake it. And then you walk in and you walk like you're all hard. You ain't hard. You ain't never trained. You've been in a couple street fights. You ain't never had dudes choking you out.
Right.
You didn't go through that shit.
You don't even know that trial.
And like, yeah, sure, I was in the military, but I got people I know that were in the military at a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like the SEAL dudes and all these dudes, they're hard motherfuckers. But they're also self-aware.
Humble. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of, we talked about suicide, there's a lot of that going around right now, even in the military. And there's a lot of programs. And the big thing is, it's okay not to be okay. But to become full circle is, be genuine, man. Be genuine. If you're going to love 100%. If you're going to be a friend 100%. If you're going to work, give it 100%. And if you don't know something, say, you know what, I don't know. Ask for help.
Definitely.
Ask for help. That's one of the other keys for me being successful, is if I don't know something, I make a call. Hey, I'm having a problem with this design structure. I need this or that. Ego, man. The ego will fuck you. Mm-hmm. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to be okay.
That's great.
Right? So my whole thing is, life's a journey, and part of the journey is becoming the best person that you can be. But you have to be aware of it. Like, you said something to me that's really important. Like, you weren't aware that you weren't being genuine. So, and no one ever taught you that, and that's what's fucked up.
I was taught to shake their hand and make sure you shake it good and strong, but I was never to really look and pay attention. What's caught me to pay attention to people more is this podcast. I was telling you before, remember? I would
helping you grow.
Yeah, the podcast is helping me pay attention to everything that a person is actually saying.
Right.
Instead of just hearing it but not listening. So now I'm listening, and I'm like, whoa.
You have to really listen.
Yeah.
And then you can discern who's really has something to say and who doesn't. Because I listen to some of the guests you've had on here, and some are really great. And then I listen to some, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not bashing some of the female guests, but I listen to some stuff, and I'm like, really? Like my business partner, Carla, she's a real deal woman. She's a school psychologist. She's an entrepreneur. Takes great care of her kid. I think she's in a great relationship right now. She is the real deal. And we need more women like that to teach women how to be like that.
Did you just hear what he said? And we have to teach them. And I don't mean to cut you off, but how many women have you ever heard a man say that, or a man say, "Oh, she's the real deal"?
Yeah.
Like what you just said. How many times have you said that about a woman, that she was the real deal?
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. But I'm fortunate that you won't see Eddie. You won't see me dating just any girl locally. I mean, if I was single, you wouldn't catch me just dating some hot piece of ass that's been ran through.
Let's just look good.
I can't walk in with you.
Right.
You can't be on my arm if you if I'm with you, you have to have some class. You have to, because I got class. Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, oh, body counts. I've always been a pretty one-woman man, a good dude. I've had my instances where I went a little crazy.
Human.
But I like that comment, human. Can I talk about that for a second?
Definitely.
I like it, but we have to be careful when we say, "Oh, I'm only human," because it's a cop out.
Definitely. At times, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're only human. Oh,
I'm not perfect.
Oh, we
That was
make
another one.
mistakes.
Right.
Motherfucker, yeah. That's a given. But you don't have to throw it out there.
Right.
We already know that because our intrinsic differences and the way we are, we're going to make mistakes. That's
Making
a given.
mistakes, yes.
But what I want to know is, are you striving for perfection? Are you striving to be the best version that you can be? That's what I want to know. Bam.
Can you fix it? That's going to live with me forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you striving to be the best? Are you giving it 100%, even for women? You know? Because men, we are naturally fixers. We want to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, help me fix it. You know, I can't fix you, but help me fix this situation.
I wish I had an answer. So the guys that are listening out there and they said, "Oh, Eddie's been around and this and that." Oof. The relationship part for me, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I feel like it's tough. It's a battleground out there.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, you have two choices. So you can continue to be a forthright, honest, good dude, or you can be a motherfucker like he is sometimes.
That's how I am right now.
Right?
I probably won't change for a while.
Which is okay.
And it's not like I don't want to. It's just that I'm going to go
He said,
through
or
the
you can
bad
be a
ones, and if I
motherfucker
find a good one in the
like
mix,
him.
and there we
But
go.
then you can always, but then in all fairness, you can never complain and say, you know what? You can never call me up and say, "Hey, Eddie, I don't know what it is, man. I can't find a good girl," because you're doing a different. You're playing in a different league.
Yeah.
You're not looking for.
I
that.
know that too, though.
Yeah.
and I'm
Right.
cool. I'm cool with that because
And listen,
fuck
it's
them hoes.
it's okay to go out and have fun. And I've been through that. I don't know. You might even be listening. I had a little friend. She's cool. One day a week, we go out, have dinner, hang out. It was amazing. It was just that was it. Hey, have a great week. I'll see you next week. That's good. But if you're looking for something and you're wanting it in your life, but you're not living that too, and you're not being that same person, then don't
expect it.
Brother, don't call me and tell me you're looking for a good woman, but you're out at fucking every night of the week drinking and being a fucking whore too.
Because you can't turn that on and off.
No.
It's going to take a while
I mean,
for you
women
to get back
deserve. I'm old school.
into that. Me
A
too.
man. You got to protect.
Mm-hmm.
You have to provide.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I'm cool with that.
100%.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
You take care of the home. What I'm not cool with is we're in an age, and this could be another podcast, the insecurity levels. And the Kardashians have created fucking monsters.
They have though, man.
And everyone wants to have a big fat ass
Right.
and turn around sideways
We own it.
and show their ass.
We coming.
And that's it. All right?
That's
so
good.
we'll talk more later.
Definitely. We got one last question for you. That we
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm having a couple drinks tonight.
It's all good.
Celebrate.
It's all good.
Oh, you want to ask that question?
We
Okay.
always-
Yeah. So this is a question we ask a lot of our guests, and we got to ask you, Eddie. I think this would be a good. I want to hear the answer actually.
Definitely.
So Eddy Mills, I mean, without MMA, without the gym, without the businesses, the cars,
Entrepreneurship.
the women, everything, who is Eddy Mills deep in here? Who is he? Who are you?
Wow. Fuck, you're going to make me get emotional. I'm that guy that's like seeking the fairy tale. I'm the guy that wants to find his princess. I'm the guy that wants to live happily ever after.
Love. Huh?
I'm the guy that wants to have the greatest friends in the world. I'm the one who wants to be there for my friends. I want a Disney life, almost. I want that fairy tale life. deep down, you can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning if you need something. Not because you're a fuck up, but because you generally need something. I'm that guy you can rely on and count on, like you mentioned earlier. So deep down, you know, I believe.
Yeah, that was passionate. That was
Yeah,
fire.
we need to do the how on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, is that good?
That's
That was
fire.
good, yeah.
Okay.
We've never heard.
No, keep going, keep going. No, he did that how. That means all of them. That means you just did you just said something dope.
Oh,
So that's what that means.
Because we've never heard this before.
Oh, really?
That was good.
Yeah. So that's it. Deep down, you know, we have a limited time on Earth, and all the lessons I learned in the first half, I'm in the second half now, and I'm going to go out a winner. I'm going to go out a champion. So all the mistakes I made early on in the game, I'm fixing that. And I want to ride off into the sunset, you know, happy. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's all we want is happiness.
I got to turn from the camera real quick.
Yeah.
For sure. That's the life that even they think that like, well, men is just hardcore. No, we want a family. We want a life. You know, we want a queen. You know, we want to, you know, be able to trust her and ride off into vacations with her and it be genuine. You know what I mean? And you said that's like it's almost a fairy tale. You know,
It's a fairy tale because
Damn.
It's
a fairy tale.
I hate this to get out now, but I'm going through it right now. Like last night, and we get into too much. Something went down for no reason, and I'm like, what is it like, God? What does it take? What do I have to do? I've given this 100%. You know, I did everything possible. What does it take? You know, I mean. And then you get beat up when it comes to relationships. And you go through a breakup. And you ask yourself, is it you? What is it? Why? The why? I want to know. And then you're fucking beat up and beat down. And then you got to start all over again. And then you're jaded. But you can't enter a relationship jaded. Right? It's like having tainted food. You know? You got to enter without judgment. Without being tainted, and you got to start all over again. So for me, I want that fairy tale ending, and I'm doing everything with myself to make that happen. Being a provider, staying in good fucking shape. You know, we didn't even talk about like the MMA shit. And I'm just still, you know, I'm still sparring these young dudes, kickboxing, wrestling, doing all that stuff.
You almost broke my arm right here. And you barely even just.
But
you work out for real.
Can I tell you why I do
Shit
that?
For real.
But I don't do it because I want to be a badass. Like I feel pretty confident. Like if I'm out, like I'm cool. I'm confident. You know.
Yeah.
But I'll flip this on you. It's not just confident from a physicality. If I'm at a bar and somebody's uptight or whatever, hey, brother, let me buy you a beer. What's going on, man? You okay? That old Eddie would have fucking elbowed you before and there would have been none. He knows this. But now I'm like, you got to use this, man. That's the Batman brain. What's going on with you? Why are you like this? Now, you can't do that with everybody, but you can have a genuine conversation with someone and try to make them feel better, right?
You're the first person that I've met that is like, and not to toot our own horns and pump our, you know what I mean? Pump ourselves up. But you're the first man that I ever met that is similar and just like me.
Yeah.
Thinking wise, brain wise, and how we operate and how we just love people and want to see everyone do well.
Of course.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that you being like that.
You know,
because even
I
like
just
this,
want the best
he's
for
been like this
people.
since I've met him.
I just want the best for
If
people.
I really think
Yeah.
about it,
Not
that
just, and
way.
not only just for myself, but other people first.
But why and genuinely?
Genuinely.
But were you born like that, or did you have to learn that?
And to think about it is, as I think, you know, of course, religion had a part of it.
Oh, good.
You know, but before that, I wasn't like as kids. Of course, you're not into religion like that. Your parents make you go. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I had noticed, you know, even been a badass kid,
Right.
you know, I still notice that, you know, I care for people. I love people. I want to see everybody win.
How did you get that though? Where did you learn that? Your mom, your dad?
No. I think it was from other people because I lived a hard life. You know what I mean?
So
'Cause my mom,
how do you take to somebody that had the hard life? And how do you teach that to somebody?
how do you teach it? Well, first of all,
Because there's people out there who want to be able to be like you.
right. I just try to lead by example, and I try to show people who I am genuinely. So if they can learn from just the demonstration of, you know, who I am, I think you can grow. I don't even have to talk and teach it. You know, like you guys said, you guys picked it up and you've seen it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, okay? You're magnetic, what I think, right? So I say, hey, brother, listen, I want to be a little bit more magnetic too. Give me one tool that I can do that you do to make me better. What would it be?
To make you better?
Anybody.
Or just if
Somebody comes up to you and said, Ronnie, I want you're magnetic. You got that energy, and the way you deal with people. Give me one thing I can start on tomorrow to make me better.
start with the mental. And when I say start with mental, is loving yourself, understanding that, hey, I have to love myself.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what anybody says about me and what anybody thinks about me, and or whatever how they talk behind my back, whatever, I'm going to still love myself.
But you love yourself, but how does that, like, okay, I love myself.
He listens. That's what he does.
Right.
So when I love,
He really,
yes.
really listens. So even when I was going through stuff and I was all messed up, there was no reason I wouldn't have talked on the phone with somebody like that.
But you see where
And
I'm
he would
getting at right
listen
now?
to me.
Do you know how to bottle this up yet?
I'm about to. And as I continue to love myself, I can love other people, because
Yeah.
I cannot love other people and or it would just be lip service. I cannot
Right.
love other people genuinely if I don't love
Okay,
myself.
Now I understand what
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I have to start there, mentally loving myself, even through all my insecurities. I understand, you know, and that's where people go wrong, is because even with their insecurities, they think, oh, people are talking about me behind my back. Does he genuinely love me? Or, you know what I mean? They got all these things like, can I trust this person? You know what I mean? I'm not worried about all those things too much. You know what I mean? I'm worried about how I love you. You know what I mean? And how I love myself.
But now my thing is, for the listeners, is that that's an amazing character trait you have.
It is.
Now, there's got to be somebody out there listening or going to listen to say, how do we bottle this up? How do we do this? And that's what I'm talking about. It's like I feel like even when I speak, and I looked at the speakers last week on my panel, and there was a lot of gloating and a lot of rambling, but you're sitting back there like, okay,
I hate that.
what is
shit,
the
too.
first fucking step? Right? Oh, I want to make an omelet. All right, here's the first step. Crack the fucking egg. Let me teach you how to crack an egg and put it in a bowl.
So you want the map, the road
Right.
map.
So Ronnie, we have to, we as wolves have to create the roadmap for people. You know, like it's almost got to be. Because
the
when I told
blueprint.
you this years ago when I had my gym, at one point I wanted to make my gym like it. Yeah, we're teaching MMA, and Mighty Mo, who just left, won the world championship in kickboxing. I said, but I want to be like an X-Men training facility. So not only do I
Danger
want you to be a badass physically, but let's teach you how to dress. Let's teach you etiquette skills. Let's teach you relationship skills. Let's teach you how to deal with another person the right way, like an academy, if you will, of life.
Right.
And
It's a good idea.
Yes.
it is a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Bottle it up.
Right. I start like in ever since I was young, I would play sports. And first thing that people, if you're the best in sports or the best in everything you do, don't expect people to encourage you or to lift you up most
Right.
of the time.
Right.
So as a kid, I had to encourage myself. You know what I mean? And that started, with loving myself.
Right.
Because I knew people wasn't going to pump you up, and you know what I mean, because a lot of people don't want you to be better than them.
Yeah.
You know, so what I did was I started encouraging myself because I knew people wasn't going to encourage me. I knew my insecurities was going to be there. You know what I mean? My
Right.
shortcomings was going to be there. So the greatest thing in life is first is to love myself and encourage myself.
Is that what it was? Because I was saying, I would think you just worked harder. That's what I do.
Okay,
in this
okay,
business.
but again, there's the cracked egg philosophy. I mean, we could keep going. Sorry. All right.
That's cool.
You love yourself. Give me the very basic step on how you began to love yourself. Because so when you say,
Okay, yeah.
I love myself, it's generalized.
And all of my insecurities, like
Okay,
all
but,
of my.
but give me one thing that you did daily.
He's trying to find the first step for the map.
Encourage myself. That
Okay,
was
and
it.
how did you encourage yourself?
I just let myself know that I'm not that. You know,
Okay.
when my insecurities come in and say, this is who you are. You know what I mean? Because a
Right.
lot of people don't love themselves because they see the insecurity that's inside of them
Right.
or what they don't have. So they're looking at the things
Right.
that they don't have. They're looking at their physical appearance. I don't look like this. I don't look like that.
Oh.
So, go ahead.
Oh, my nose. Italian. My brothers, I love you, brothers. They both had their noses done. My dad had the biggest Roman Italian nose you could ever see. My brothers, they had theirs fixed. I don't give a fuck. You think my nose is big? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
What you should like me for me.
Right.
And what I can deliver and what I can bring to the table. And if you don't, I don't need a butt implant.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't need a dick implant.
Right. Right.
Any of that
Yes,
shit.
yes, yes.
So I mean, this podcast is growing and it's still in its infant stage, right?
Oh, for sure.
But I think it's important moving forward, Ronnie and Jacob, to give people the cracked egg, I call it. You make an omelet, what's the first thing? Crack an egg, put it in a bowl. Bye, guys. Give them one little thing, one step that they can get to start moving themselves
I see what
forward.
he's saying. It's
It's
like the
a
first
road-
steps
hey.
to the roadmap. First step. The
There's
first.
my roadmap.
Yes.
What came full circle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Batman, what does he do? First thing. You know what I mean?
He maps it all out.
Batman wakes up. He says, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. And then after he goes to the gym, he has a bat meal, which is a very healthy meal that fuels his body. Then he says, feeling a little depressed and down. Let me work on this. You know what I mean? And then it goes from, I have a bat business. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yes.
Let me make sure this is there. I got these, boom, 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 boom. And there you go.
Map it all out.
Unfortunately, again, we got to go. But I feel the missing link is, and we can talk about this next time, still is, how does Batman find Wonder Woman?
That's a good one, though, too, actually.
Mic drop.
Boom.
I like that.
Howls of a bass. Thank you for coming, Eddy Mills.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming, man.
That's fire.
We're learning to shed the sheep right now.
Yeah, we're learning to
Yeah,
shed the
we're
sheep.
shedding the sheep
Yes,
right now.
that's
That was a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys will chop it up.
And we got. Yes,
Yeah,
you can
no-
take it off
no,
if you
yeah,
want to.
whatever.
And I'm sure you got more in the future for us because I'm sure we're gonna have.
We got to do that men's panel. We just got to get it done.
That's fire.
He needs to be on the men's panel, too.
100%.
Yeah, let's do that.
100%.
We gotta get that
because
rolling.
genuine, not authentic. A lot of men.
Yeah,
won't-
because these guys that are coming on, like, I'm very, like, when I brought Phil on, Phil don't give a fuck about fame.
Right.
Phil's a killer.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's a good dude that turned his whole life around. And Phil genuinely, like he's working on the rehab and all that stuff and helping people get off drugs. He's a genuine dude. I think in life we have to be careful, like, because I was offered another podcast, but I was going to be sitting with this dude's like, oh, I drive a Porsche. I'm on that. Am I still on?
You good? You good?
Oh shit.
You can
We're
talk.
good,
shit.
though. Go ahead.
No, but I know you.
Right.
You're a pussy.
Right.
You manipulate women.
Right.
You're a pussy.
You borrowed money from your family and you still owe them. but you're fronting.
Don't be like don't.
And you're
something that
on
not.
Instagram saying that you got all the. How many pictures? I mean, look at my Instagram. It's
Right.
mainly my dog.
Right.
Some stock trades.
Right.
Stuff like that. Man, be balanced. Remember Nietzsche.
That's why you're him.
The higher you soar, the smaller you appear to those that cannot fly. And I have one more saying that's on my Instagram.
Say that one
now.
again.
The higher you soar, the smaller you appear to those that cannot fly. So be balanced. If you're really doing well, take care of others.
That's a cool
That's
sound.
why I'm volunteering. I'm coming down here, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is, I love this saying. Steve, this is for you, bro. It's the fate of glass to break. It's a French saying. It's the fate of glass to
that
break.
breaks.
So remember that. It's the fate of glass to break. And for me, I use that in relationships. You already know if you handle glass a lot, it's going to break. You already know what you're getting into a lot of times, but you still do it.
Ugh.
Shed the sheet.
Shed the sheet.
Call it out.
So when you're crying and you're like, oh my God, it didn't work out, you know what you're getting into.
From the beginning.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yes.
It's a tough. The woman's situation, if we could find an answer between men and women and what women really want in a man and we could bottle that up,
It's a podcast.
we'd be billionaires. We'd be flying right now in a is it G5 or 7? What are they now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the women that are listening, you know, I'd love to sit. Let's do this. You're going to do the leadership panel, whatever. I want to sit in front of.
Some value women.
Yeah, where are you going to get them?
Church.
No, church.
Hey,
no.
the doctor is good. She'll be
Yeah,
a good
that-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but church. Listen, the thing is, there are great women out there. Like I told you about some of the women I know. We have to have a diverse panel because
Yeah. Get some hood rats on there
because
too.
the real women, they will upstage these, you know.
Oh yeah,
right.
And they got to learn. They'll be able to learn.
Only if
I want to learn.
But I want to learn.
only if you want to learn.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah. House of a Bass. I'm Ronnie Adams.
Jacob Casas. Shed the sheep, and we're out.
We out of here.